मेरा नाम तरुण है। ये एक बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक है जिसके बारे में आज हम बात करने वाले हैं। बहुत सारी बातें चल रही हैं अबाउट इंडिया और चाइना के बीच में जो टेंशन है, ग्राउंड पर है, ये सबको पता है, पर वो अब दिखाई दे रही है ऑनलाइन भी। आजकल कुछ भी रियल लाइफ में होता है तो वो ऑनलाइन लाइफ में भी रिफ्लेक्ट करता है। नाउ हाउ इज इट हैपनिंग? वेल, बहुत सारे लोग बहुत सारी चाइनीज प्रोडक्ट्स को यूज करना कम कर रहे हैं, उनको बॉयकॉट कर रहे हैं। एंड उससे एप्स भी दूर नहीं है। बहुत सारी एप्स हैं जिनको इनफैक्ट हमारी गवर्नमेंट ने बैन कर दिया है, कॉलिंग देम अ सिक्योरिटी थ्रेट टू द कंट्री। अब ये कैसे हो सकता है? हाउ डज इट रियली वर्क? इज साइबर वॉरफेयर अ रियल थिंग? इस सब चीजों के बारे में मेरे को बहुत सारे सवाल थे जो मैं किसी वैलिड अथॉरिटी से पूछना चाहता था। एंड आवर गेस्ट टुडे इज जस्ट दैट। ही इज द को फाउंडर, जॉइंट एमडी एंड चीफ टेक्निकल ऑफिसर ऑफ द रिनाउंड क्विक हील, जो कि जानी जाती है अपने साइबर सिक्योरिटी सॉल्यूशंस के लिए दुनिया भर में। इट्स अ कंपनी दैट्स मेड इन इंडिया, एंड नॉट जस्ट मेड इन इंडिया, इट्स मेड आउट ऑफ पुणे। सो दैट्स समथिंग दैट वी ऑल शुड बी वेरी प्राउड ऑफ। डॉक्टर संजय काटकर सर, वेलकम टू द शो।
Yeah, it's my pleasure to be here actually. Yeah.
पहली बात तो ये कि बहुत दिनों के बाद मैं आपको देख रहा हूँ। अदरवाइज वी आर यूज्ड टू मीटिंग फेस टू फेस। दिस इज फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम वी आर डूइंग अ वीडियो कॉल।
Yeah, most of our interview had been in person actually. This is something that we are doing for the first time actually. Yeah. It's great
बट नेवरदलेस
and be here online for interacting on this hot topic now actually. Yeah.
it is a hot topic, yes. तो लेट्स फर्स्ट टॉक अबाउट दीज एप्स ओनली। बहुत सारी एप्स को बैन कर दिया है गवर्नमेंट ने, कॉलिंग देम अ सिक्योरिटी थ्रेट। तो
Yeah.
किस तरह का सिक्योरिटी थ्रेट हमको ऐप से हो सकता है? कुड यू प्लीज एक्सप्लेन दैट फर्स्ट?
Yeah, see, the list of app is quite big actually for 59 apps. And in fact, out of them, few of them we have been warning a lot earlier as well through our blogs as well. The thing is, most of these apps, ये जो ऐप होते हैं इसमें एक पर्टिकुलर रीजन के लिए है. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल यूसी ब्राउजर तो आपको ब्राउज करने के लिए होता है, या आप
जी।
सपोज टिकटॉक है तो वीडियो बनाने के लिए है. सिमिलरली देयर आर लॉट ऑफ एप्स, लाइक इवन टॉर्च वाला ऐप है, बैटरी सेविंग वाला ऐप है. नाउ इफ यू सी, they are created for a purpose. Suppose if you are using a torch app for example, now that main purpose is to give you torch feature or functionality. Okay, nowadays it's there in all the Android built actually, but earlier it was not there, so they used to do that. But at the same time ये apps आपके permissions ऐसे लेते हैं कि they are going to use lot of things. For example, torch apps was using permission to access your SMS. Now why do they need access to SMS? Or many times they do have access to call logs. Even UC browser, they store your browsing history. That is still good. Okay, browsers do that, but then apart from that, they change your DNS entries such a way that any surfing you do that goes through their server. Okay, now even after you change the browser from UC browser to any other browser like Google's browser or Safari, it will still redirect through their servers. So
Oh,
now that kind of changes they do into the phone, and those servers are not in India, they are in China. So the information that they collect is much sensitive, and we really don't know what they do with that information and why they do need that information. ऐसा है. So see, if you look at it in a different angle, one is like many of these apps, not only Chinese, there are a lot of other country apps also. If they are you taking information from you, you really need to find out what information they are collecting. And if that information is being used, I have seen the reason that they collect this information is to sell it to the advertisers, and that is
हाँ,
the main purpose, monetize that information by selling it to the advertisers. So any app, if they know, for example, an app in my phone, if it knows where I go, what I search, what I buy, what I like, they make my profile, and that profile is so key for them that they can sell that profile to advertisers so that the advertisers can put right advertisement in front of me. And that is where whenever you are surfing, you will be always surprised that what you are having in your mind or somewhere, sometime you have searched,
हाँ,
you will always find that in front of you when you search it on a browser. But if you see Instagram, you will still find that advertisement. Then you will be
राइट।
surprised how Instagram came to know about that actually. So
सेकंड्स, इन
yeah,
सेकंड्स।
yeah,
और सर एक चीज, आप इफ यू ब्रॉट इट अप, मैं भी बात पूछना चाहता था बहुत लंबे समय से किसी से। मेरे साथ कभी कभी ऐसा भी हुआ है कि आई हैव जस्ट स्पोकन टू समबडी अबाउट समथिंग कि मुझे ये खरीदना है, और थोड़ी देर बाद वो पॉपअप हो जाता है।
exactly, exactly. See, this is something that is more scary, and it has been discovered that it was being used. Like even when I am listening to TV, I am listening to certain ad, and if I listen to that ad, and when I surf on the internet, the same ad starts popping on me. So that shows that even they are listening to us, what we are doing, what we are listening, which channel we are seeing. That kind of spying, or I'll say snooping, is happening for the purpose of monetizing the information actually.
That is crazy. And of course, they know the right product that you were talking about, या आपने search किया, फिर वो सब जगह फैल जाता है. बट इससे किस तरह के खतरे और हो सकते हैं? क्या सिक्योरिटी थ्रेट्स टू द कंट्री, ये सब चीजें भी इससे हो जाती हैं? व्हाट काइंड ऑफ सर्वर्स दे कैन अटैक?
Yeah, so I was coming to that point. See, one is using your information for monetizing, sending right ads to you. So उनका वो monetary gain है. Apart from that, if these are Chinese, when the servers are in China. Now we really don't know how much control the Chinese government has over those company and what information they are supposed to share with the government, whether they are sharing or not. That we don't know, and that is where the risk lies actually. And our data security policies and our country decisions are like, we should have, if somebody has to collect data in India, they should store it in India actually, and they should not be sharing it to the local or regional government. Now
Right.
that is where the point has been raised by the government, and they are making sure that this is taken care, otherwise these apps will be banned actually. And many of these apps, if you see carefully, are being used by all the even government officials. It can be a military person working for defense, or a BSF, like border security force. They are working at certain location. Now all these apps are tracking your location, if you take a selfie, it is being captured. So all these things are sensitive for them actually, and if these things are going to servers at China, it's really definitely risky actually, in terms of national security as well as personal security. Both is at risk actually.
या एंड इन फैक्ट बहुत सारे पेमेंट रिलेटेड फ्रॉड्स भी हुए थे. मैंने आपसे पहले भी इसके बारे में बात की है, लेकिन अभी रिसेंटली बहुत ज़्यादा ये न्यूज़ में आया है कि बार-बार इस तरह के या तो फ़ोन कॉल्स आते हैं या व्हाट्सएप फॉरवर्ड्स आते हैं या फिर कोई लिंक हमारे पास आ जाता है.
Yeah.
तो दिस इट्स गेटिंग टू मच टू कीप ट्रैक ऑफ नाउ. किन-किन चीज़ों का हम हिसाब रखें? व्हाट आर सम ट्रस्टेड मेथड्स कि भई वो कर लिया तो हमको लग पता है कि हम सेफ है? व्हाट आर अ फ्यू थिंग्स दैट वी कैन डू कि भई ठीक है, अभी तसल्ली से रह सकते हैं?
Yeah. So, see, it's still difficult. Even a person like me can get fooled because of such kind of social engineering. Even though I am a security expert and I've been, my whole career has been towards finding out what are the flaws and all that. But still, I find many a times these tricks are so genuine, I mean, so intriguing that I myself might get fooled. So, for a common person, it's definitely a very difficult job. But certain tips I can definitely give is like, whenever you are downloading an app and installing, it asks for permissions actually. So you have to be very careful while giving the permissions. You read them properly, understand what permission that app is asking for, and you can think on that whether that app's functionality really needs that permission. So any app, if it is accessing your camera or a mic, and if that app is not supposed to do that, actually, you should not install that app. Any app that is accessing your SMSs or call logs, and if that app is for something else, then you should be very careful about actually. So battery saving app doesn't need SMS access or your call access or a camera access as well. So such permissions are one red flag for all those who are trying to install the apps, and that is the very biggest trick that I think everyone should follow. इसको अगर आप ठीक से फॉलो करते हो तो बहुत सारे ऐप को आपको ये पता चलेगा कि ये ऐप गलत परमिशन ले रहा है, एंड देयर इज सम फिशी रीजन बिहाइंड दैट एक्चुअली. एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, many apps have optional permissions, like they may will work without Bluetooth, but then they will ask for Bluetooth as well or something. So in such apps, try to switch off all those things. Location sharing you don't need actually. Whenever need, just switch on at that time. So such apps, you can have selective options as well. And nowadays operating systems of mobile are really becoming very smart and secure, and that's where you have to use those functions. So keep your phone up to date with the OS features, if you keep updating your OS of phone, you will definitely be still more and more secure, because they too are learning that how apps are misusing them, and they are improving themselves. So that's where you have to be making sure that you always use the latest operating system on your phone.
Right. So does Quickfeel have a mobile solution as well? I know that
Yeah.
computer के लिए तो आता है.
Yeah. So we do have a mobile protection. We call it mobile security. There's a total mobile security wherein it does bring in front of you what apps, which apps are using which permissions and can be risky kind of thing. So that is there. Apart from that, if your phone is rooted or hacked, it immediately points you even before you try to do some payment apps actually, or use payment apps or something like that.
सर हम लोगों के फोन में तो 10-20 एप्स होते हैं, लेकिन रनिंग अ कंपनी दैट टेक्स केयर ऑफ दीज थिंग्स, आई एम श्योर आपको एक बहुत बड़ी लिस्ट में से होके गुजरना पड़ता होगा कि एवरी डे यू हैव अ न्यू ऐप कमिंग, यू आर चेकिंग कि ये ठीक है कि नहीं. हाउ डज इट रियली वर्क एट द बैक एंड ऑफ क्विकहील कि हर चीज सेफ है, सब लोग, सारी ऐप मैं देख रहा हूँ, आप लोग टेंशन फ्री रहो.
That's right. The question, actually, many people really don't think on those lines. The thing is, daily the number of apps that are coming are in thousands. Actually, new apps that are uploaded on App Store or even Apple Store. So it cannot be manual. There's an automation that we have put in. It checks for new apps. It downloads them, checks the functionality, checks the requirements, and at the same time, we also keep listening to the customer complaints. If they are complaining about certain app, then we go into the depth of that app. But at the same time, the world is so big now. If apart from the regular stores, there are non-official stores as well. There are
Yeah.
stores of mobile vendors like Samsung and Sony, but then there are stores which are just like that. Actually, not even for any vendor, but then those stores are unofficial stores. And when you're downloading anything from those unofficial stores, you really have to be very careful, because we really don't know how carefully they are checking the apps actually.
और अभी थोड़े दिन पहले हमने सुना था कि बॉर्डर पे थोड़ा टेंशन हो गया था इन द चाइना साइड, और उसके बाद से एक वर्ड बहुत ज्यादा न्यूज में हम देख रहे हैं, साइबर वॉरफेयर. नाउ अब तक मैंने ये सिर्फ इजराइल के टर्म में सुना था दैट दे इंडल्ज इनटू दीज थिंग्स, पर क्या इज इट अ रियल थिंग? मैंने टीवी पर ही देखा है सर, मूवीज में ही सुना है. क्या साइबर वॉरफेयर असली में होता है, और किस तरह से ये क्या चीज है कि ये लोग करते हैं, अगर ऐसा कुछ है तो?
Cyber warfare, it's quite a real thing, and it is there since now almost a decade, I'll say, or more than that. And many developed countries are already into that actually. And we are in the era where cyber warfare is a reality. And cyber warfare, usko, how people define it is, if I can define it, is like something, a cyber based attack by nation on another nation. We will call it as a cyber attack actually. And this attack is, it's not only for like destroying something. These attack can be categorized. One is like snooping, spying, espionage, like kind of stealing everything that they can come across and use that information to gain advantage over that. So that is like kind of widespread. I mean to say, most of the cyber attack, more than 80% of the cyber attacks that happen now are snooping and spying and making use of that information. And this spying is made with the help of malwares that they write, the sophisticated attacks that they write, and these attacks that are developed are, I'll say, sponsored by the states who are trying to do cyber attacks. And this sponsorship is in such a, means when a certain state is behind attack, it's like unlimited funds, and you can create the most sophisticated attack, and no security can try to stop that, because when there is a huge amount of investment and experts sitting to attack you, then it's going to be a really very sophisticated attack, and those kind of attacks are really happening actually. So cyber attack and cyber warfare are truth, and they are happening. And in fact, we are, as a cybersecurity expert, we have seen them even happening on our nation actually. Yeah.
इट इज क्रेजी टू थिंक ऑफ इट. एक जमाना था जब हम लोग कोल्ड वॉर के बारे में हिस्ट्री में पढ़ते थे कि कैसे एक कंट्री दूसरे कंट्री में स्पाई भेजता था, एक इंसान जाके वहां रहता था इन हिडन विद अ हिडन नेम, विद अ सूडो नेम, और कोई अपनी आइडेंटिटी बदल के. आज की डेट में दे जस्ट राइट अ स्मॉल प्रोग्राम एंड दे सेंड इट हियर वाया इंटरनेट, एंड इट डज ऑल द जॉब्स फॉर देम. इनफैक्ट बिगर इंफॉर्मेशन.
Yeah, so I would like to add further that it's not like they want to attack your computers. The main reason behind that can be the attack is like they want to cripple your network. See, it can be attack on your infrastructure that can stop your transportation. If the attack is on the airports, your transport for airlines may stop. if the attack is on power sector, your power sector can get affected such a way that you will be like, that's kind of creating economic losses for the country. And at the same time, if it is at war as well, then they will take an advantage of that. So if there is a kind of proxy wars that are happening that between our neighbors, which we regularly have, so those kind of things, they try to do attack on your telecom network in those areas, or attacks on the transport networks in those areas, and try to gain advantage over that actually. So that is also a part of that, apart from sniffing and stealing the information from our research institutes, big research institutes, or sensitive research institutes.
Right. So coming back to the same topic of those apps that were banned, now ये जो apps हैं लिस्ट बहुत लंबी है और इसमें बहुत सारे ऐसे लोग हैं और apps हैं जो इंडिया में उनके ऑफिसेज हैं और बहुत सारे लोग इंडिया में काम करते हैं उन apps के लिए, टिकटॉक इंक्लूडेड। एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट बहुत सारे ऐसे इन्फ्लुएंसर्स हैं सोशल मीडिया पे, एंटरटेनर्स हैं, कुछ लोग ऐसे जिनका वो सोर्स ऑफ अर्निंग बन गया। फॉर एग्जांपल टिकटॉक के जो बड़े इन्फ्लुएंसर्स हैं जिनको बहुत सारे लोग फॉलो करते हैं, दे मेक अ डिसेंट लिविंग थ्रू दैट ऐप, दैट्स बिकम देयर प्रोफेशन। तो अगर ये सारी एप्स बैन हो जाती हैं तो देयर इज गोइंग टू बी सम सॉर्ट ऑफ जॉब लॉस फॉर अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल। कुड देयर बी अ सॉल्यूशन? आपकी नजर में क्या कुछ ऐसा हो सकता है कि सांप भी मर जाए और लाठी भी ना टूटे, मतलब हमारा जो थ्रेट है वो लेवल कम हो जाए या खत्म हो जाए, पर इन लोगों का भी कुछ हो जाए? हालांकि दिस इज अ वेरी फ्रेजाइल प्रोफेशन टू हैव टू लिविंग थ्रू एन ऐप।
Yeah, so in fact, Tarun, I had never given a thought on that angle. After talking to you, only I realized there can be such careers, there can be such people who are really dependent on these apps, and they are build their careers out of that. So the only suggestion that I will give to such people will be to not depend on a single app. Actually, it has to be widespread. You should be present on multiple platforms. It can be Instagram, it can be YouTube, it can be TikTok, and apart from TikTok, there are other platforms as well. And if you see, if certain app is banned, then automatically an alternative picks up actually. And that alternative, you have to keep checking what alternative is getting picked up and be on that platform. So as you said, now that Indian startups have a good opportunity to replace such apps by their own technology, and there's a lot of talent out of there in India, and such apps will definitely pick up in India if they are created and published. So we should be making sure that we are present on all of these platforms and try to make sure that reduce our risk of depending on any particular app actually.
फाइनेंस में जितने सारे फाइनेंस एक्सपर्ट होते हैं वो बोलते हैं डाइवर्सिफिकेशन इज अ वेरी गुड स्ट्रेटजी, सो आई थिंक सेम स्ट्रेटजी यहाँ पर भी काम आ जाएगी। वन लास्ट क्वेश्चन सर, हम लोग इंडियंस जाने जाते हैं पूरी दुनिया में टू बी वेरी टेक्निकली साउंड एंड वेरी गुड। डू यू थिंक वी कैन रिक्रिएट सिमिलर एप्स इन इंडिया एंड क्वालिटी वाइज उतना ही बढ़िया हम कर पाएंगे क्या? Do we have all the resources?
Yeah, definitely. And in fact, if you know my story, I have seen that I've built the company by people of India and through the help of Indian people. All my employees are here, and all the R&D takes place in Pune. So there's definitely talent available in India. One has to make sure that you just trust them actually. And I have seen in last like almost 4-5 years there had been a lot of new startups and co-founding ecosystem founders, and that there's a big ecosystem of startups in India, and they are really doing a great work of creating new technologies. One has to just trust them, and if you trust them, then definitely that will give motivation to them, and this app, we will create world-class apps out of that actually. So that's no doubt about that.
We will do that for sure. I have high hopes from India, and sir, I would like to thank you for your time. I know it's a busy morning. You're sitting in your office.
Yeah. So Tarun, एक चीज है. Shall I talk it? I'll
Yeah.
You can check it, find out. See, recently what happened, I observed that iOS is releasing a new iOS 14, which is about to release in 3-4 months time. But they do give beta to people like us and other people where we can test it, see how it works. And in this iOS 14, they've come out with a new feature, which is really great security feature, that they've added one feature that any app, if that tries to access your clipboard, they warn you. Okay. Now this is something they were not doing earlier, and we were not assuming that any other app may be accessing your clipboard. Okay. But after now, see the sensitivity of this. When I say clipboard, I'm any from any app. If I'm doing copy paste, that goes to clipboard. If I'm using a new keyboard, for example, I'm using WhatsApp and I'm using some Devanagari keyboard or some other keyboard, that works through clipboard only. Actually, keyboard will work through keyboard. So whatever you type, it goes to clipboard and then goes to WhatsApp. Or if you are on a payment app and now it asks for OTP and the OTP comes on an SMS. Now what do? You go copy and paste. If the OTP is big like 7 digits, 8 digits, you don't keep remembering them. You just go copy it and paste it. So whatever you copy paste, it goes to clipboard. Now after testing that beta, what I saw was TikTok was accessing whatever you paste it on clipboard. Everything that you paste it, everything it captures from the clipboard. Now I am surprised why they need to have access to clipboard and why they are copying everything and what they are doing with that information. And you can imagine what all can go with that kind of feature actually. Now, because iOS bought that feature in 14, it's yet to release. They banned TikTok from Apple immediately. Actually, if you see, it's banned now. It's not there on Apple Store, and the reason is they are accessing so much sensitive information. Now we really don't know what they are doing with that information, but you can imagine what they can do with that information if it falls in wrong hands. See, I don't say TikTok may use it, but TikTok's information is somewhere stored, and if some hacker accesses that server, hacks it, or something happens, we really don't know what can happen actually. And that is one example. Then there are so many apps that do access your clipboard. So that is where the risk is actually, and we really have to be very careful when using any app. And such features that iOS kind of, Apple kind of company is bringing is really great because we really don't know what was happening at the back of the OS, means back of the phone when we are trying to just copy paste certain thing actually. Now we were thinking people are sharing their OTP, people are doing mistakes. Here it's not even need to do that actually. If it's there, the app is there, they will capture and it will do whatever it want to do actually. So your passwords, login, credentials, everything is there out there.
Imagine if that data goes out. I mean, even I've seen people copying OTP just to paste it. I mean, that's not even something. We don't even type that.
It can be OPT, it can be login and password as well. I mean, many people do that actually. They don't remember things actually. And see, TikTok is one example. I am saying out there are so many apps that do such accesses, and we really have to be careful actually. Yeah. I don't know how you can take this, whether we should take it. I think we can take it actually.
राइट एक चीज और जो मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ जो आपने अभी बात की उसके हिसाब से इतने सारे अकाउंट्स हैं हमारे डिफरेंट बैंक्स में डिफरेंट सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स पे डिफरेंट ईमेल आईडीज और सबके अपने अपने पासवर्ड्स हैं इट बिकम्स टफ टू कीप अ ट्रैक ऑफ इट व्हाट इज द सेफ वे टू कीप पासवर्ड्स सर
Yeah, good question. Actually, when I talk to common people, what they do, they keep same password for all the accounts. That is the easiest way for them. But really, they don't know how risky it is if you are using the same password of Facebook or same password for banking or even same password for any other social media. If one thing gets hacked, your password is out, and then anything or any account which you also will not remember ever will be misused against you actually. So you have so many free email accounts, you have so many free social media accounts. It can be LinkedIn, it can be anything, and some way sometimes some of these get hacked and those passwords are exposed globally actually, and we are not sure what and where we use these passwords and how. So one has to have different password for each of your accounts. That's very important. And now, as you said, your list of password can cross 50 100 because you have so many accounts, and then we have to create everything you buy. They ask you to register, and to register you have to create a password. Now you cannot remember that many passwords, so you have to have a password manager out there. And nowadays if you see mobiles or even laptops and phones, they have built-in password manager nowadays actually. And if it is not there, there are out there good apps out there on internet. Some are free as well, very well, good password managers. You can use them, install them, use them, and store those passwords there, and be at least safe, and try to use different password for every account that you create.
Are there any final words that you would like to tell us safe रहने के लिए इंटरनेट पे और खास तौर पे मोबाइल के थ्रू a few things that we can do?
Yeah, I'll give you a few tips which can be one-liners, but definitely there's a lot behind each of the tip. The thing is, you make sure that all your devices that you are using are having right kind of security installed, because don't take cyber threats lightly. They are really sophisticated and they are out there actually. So you have to protect all your devices. It can be your laptop, it can be your phone, or even tab actually. And back up your data, because ransomware is something that is very strongly attacking many of the customers I have seen. So if you have your backup and on a separate device, you will at least save your data if at all you face such attack actually. And make sure all your devices that you are using are having up to date operating system, up to date softwares that you are using. Apart from the security software, you know that security software needs updates and they are updated automatically and daily. But apart from that, your every other software, it can be your email security, email client, or it can be your word processor, or any browser as well. They do release updates weekly, and you have to make sure you are up to date, because that really takes care of majority of the attacks actually.
Right.
And apart from that, you have to be alert. I'll say you're using a free Wi-Fi, make sure you don't share any login details there, or you don't do any banking or any transaction when you are on free Wi-Fi. Or in fact, if you are on social media, try to avoid sharing something that is too personal, something that is can be misused against you. So you have to be aware when you are on social media or on free Wi-Fi, and always be I'll say up to date with what is happening in cybersecurity world. That will make you always like safe and secure. Yeah.
राइट, बहुत सारे वायरसेस हैं जिन्होंने लोगों को परेशान करके रखा है। खासतौर पे आजकल हम लोग कोरोना वायरस से परेशान हैं। अभी तक उसका कोई सॉल्यूशन नहीं है, बट थैंकफुली फॉर ऑल द वायरसेस ऑन योर फोन और कंप्यूटर, देयर इज क्विक हील।
Yes, thank you,
Thank
Tarun.
you so much, sir, for your time, and thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Tarun. It was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you.